Welcome back, everyone. I'm back again with my Fireblade. And I have much more kilometers now. Over 7,000 kilometers. So I don't know if you can see it. 7,152 kilometers. Yeah, so far no issues, of course. I have to warm her up so I can go hard on the gas, but right now just cruising along. And yeah, you see I'm low on fuel. And yeah, so I can't tell you anything new about my bike. Just my second tire is now down, so I have to change rear and front tire both. So after 7,000 kilometers my front tire is also down, but this isn't the problem. Here in Germany I know it looks like it is 20 degrees Celsius or something out here, but no, it isn't. It's about 13 degrees Celsius out here, and yeah, it's pretty cold. Yeah, so the winter is coming here in Germany, and the weather is really bad in the last has been very bad in the past few weeks. And yeah, I'm really pissed because I want to drive and I can't because the weather won't let me drive, won't let me ride my bike. And yeah, I hope this week the weather will be better, but you never know. In Germany it is pretty bad. So yeah, I will give my bike to my dealership at the end of October or beginning of November, but I'm not giving her to the dealer for, I don't know, I don't want to sell the Fireblade. It's just for winter. So in March or in February I will take her back from the dealer, but the dealer just cares about everything. So they cut off the battery, they have a special charger that simulates that you would drive the bike, so the battery does not get depleted. So I think I will buy for next season the bigger windshield from Honda. It's you don't see any difference from the looking. It just looks the same way as this one, just a bit higher. So of course there is a difference, but it's not that huge, and I really like the Honda windshield. And also I think I will get the lithium ion battery. It brings about 3 or 4 kilograms in weight, and I think that really is okay. And then I will get the seat bolster for the back seat, and yeah, but other than that I don't know what I should get for the bike. It's really, I have to say, this is the perfect bike for me. I don't think that I have this bike, I will never sell this bike. I will drive this for my whole life. I mean, I will get newer bikes, so I don't know if there will come any time I need another bike, or maybe in 10 years or something like that, I will get a new bike, of course. Fireblade will stay forever. So this is my first leader bike, and I want to have it for 30 years and longer, so for my whole life. And I think I can do that because I drive my bikes very not carefully, so I hit the gas, but I drive them warm, and I do the inspections and stuff like that. This is all so I know how to drive these things, that they last long. And yeah, so the exhaust is, in my opinion, perfect. It could be better if the flaps were always open, but we can't do that because of the Euro 4 emission norm. Yeah, but rather than that, it's just a blast, because this bike is just really perfect. Next year I will do a longer tour, I think to Italy, because this motorcycle is comfortable. I know everyone says that super bikes or liter bikes are not made for long tours and something like that, but in my opinion this is not completely bullshit, but it depends on the person. So in my driving school I had the naked bike, and the naked bike gave me my back hurt after 2 hours, 3 hours, and on the super sport bikes I never had a problem. So with the Fireblade I drove about 8 or 9 hours and I had no problem at all. It's just, for me it's perfect. So I don't know, I'm 1 meter and 85, well, I'm 1.85 meters, and I don't think that is small, and it's really just perfect for me, this bike. This is absolutely, I don't know. But I have a friend that is over 190 meters, and I think in the near future he will drive the bike, and then I'm really excited to see if it fits for him, because over 190 meters is pretty tall, and this is pretty difficult for every super bike, for every little bike to handle, because the bikes are just go in the width but not in the height. So they are really small, and if you're 190 or above, the problem is just the bike looks really small. It looks like a bear on a motorcycle. It's just, for example, I think the Ducati, especially, I don't know if the 959 is smaller, but when I was riding it I felt like I was a stone on this thing, because it's just, it feels so small. I don't know if it looks outside of that, but it just feels. And I can understand when people over 190 don't like to drive small or bikes that look small because they are sitting on them. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what he thinks then and what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, don't know what else to say. The motor should be warm in a few minutes, and then I can hit the gas. The problem is, it looks like there is a rainy cloud over there. I don't hope I get in there. Yeah, it's just, you have, it's just, the thing is, I drove this bike the last time, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it just, it is like a drug. It is like a drug, because all the time I can't explain what I was. It's just I wanted to drive this bike so badly, and it's just and this morning, this was the first time I drove it after 2 or 3 weeks, and it's just the sound, the quick shifter and everything, it's just so I can't explain it. It's perfect, and I don't know how I make it through the winter, because I mean 6 months or 5 months without the blade, I can't imagine it, seriously. It's just I love it. This morning when I first drove off, the sound, it was just, I just missed it so badly. It's awesome. I just can't. The thing is, what I noticed, that I had the Honda CBR 125R and the Honda CBR 500R before, and both of them are low powered, so the 48 horsepower, okay, it's okay, so 5 seconds from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 in kilometers, it's okay, but just there was a lack of power and I needed more. So then it was clearly that I needed a leader bike, not a leader bike. The 600cc would be awesome too, but yeah, there's only the new R6, and that's, in my opinion, bullshit for the street, because Euro 4 emissions just destroyed the bike. And yeah, so yeah, the leader bike was up there for me, but yeah, so I never had this before. So with the 125 and the 500, the 5 months were okay. So I just after 2 or 3 weeks without driving them, it was okay. So I had no problems. But with this bike, it's just, I can't get enough of it, seriously. It's just so perfect, seriously. I love it. And I really have to say, I don't know what's going on there, but just 2 or 3 weeks with this bike is just, I can't imagine it without it. And I really have to say that this bike is the first one that you won't let it off, because I can't explain it. I hope you can understand what I mean, because I just say too often because. So yeah, it's just, I don't want the winter come, because it's just too, I love this bike and it hurts not driving it all the time. Okay, so now the engine is warm and you can fire out of all cannons. But yeah, so the motorcycle is too much for the street, of course. But yeah, you can never have enough. and I can't tell you how much I am in love with this bike. I really have to say the Ducati 1299 is pretty damn close. I'm really excited to see the new V4 superbike for the street with the 1100cc and over 215 horsepower. That is pretty ridiculous. Even though I don't understand why they didn't make a 1000cc bike. I mean, why not? So all the reglements and that kind of stuff, all they say is you have to have 1000cc, and they don't have it. So I don't understand why Ducati did that. But yeah, I think the bike will look so. Don't get me wrong, the Ducati looks, in my opinion, the best from all bikes. It's definitely the best looking bike by far. The Aprilia would be second if there wasn't the middle light. So I love it when the motorcycles have two light beams. And like the Fireblade. The Fireblade is just perfect. I would like that the Aprilia have the same light as the same beams as the Fireblade. Yeah, the Ducati is also, I don't understand, the Ducati, the V-twin is really, I mean, it has 1300cc. That is just over 140 Newton meters of torque. It's ridiculous, seriously. You wheelie out of fourth gear from 3000 RPM. Yeah, that is really hard. But the thing I don't liked about the Ducati was just the nitpicking things, because for example the clutch. On every motorcycle, even on the leader bikes, you have pulley clutches, but the Ducati has a hydraulic clutch. So the problem with that is, so hydraulic clutch, the MotoGP bikes also have all hydraulic clutches, but the hydraulic clutch, the engagement from the clutch, that is no problem. I really like the Ducati clutch. I really like the feeling of the clutch. It's really good in my opinion. But what I don't like is that you have to, I don't know how you say it in English. I hope you can understand what I mean now. You have to re-air it, so you have to open it up so the air comes loose out of the system. And I don't think that this is a good system for an everyday bike. So for example, when I'm doing the tour to Italy, for example, and I want to have a really high mileage without problems, and then there's the hydraulic clutch, and after 500 kilometers, for example, I have to re-air it. And the problem with that is that you have to go to a dealer, and this is not a 60 seconds thing to do. So I don't know, I don't like that. But other than that, the clutch is good. Also, like I said in the previous video, the V-twin doesn't like low temperatures. So like today was about, when I drove to the university, there were about, I don't know, 8 degrees or something like that. The V-twin wouldn't have liked that, because it would, first of all, it could be that it wouldn't start up, and if it start up, you have the problem, you come to a stop, for example, and then it dies. And the problem is, when the motorcycle dies, or not when it dies, but when you die, the motorcycle is hard to explain. So when you let the clutch too soon off, so you stall the bike, the chance that the hydraulic clutch gets air in it is higher than when you drive it normally. So that's also another problem, but let's be honest, when did you stall a bike? So yeah, it's never right. I really have to say thank you to everyone, because I looked yesterday and my video got 2,200 views, and it's really, for my first video, I was really happy. I really have to say thank you to everyone and all the comments. I hope you have no problem with I don't know if I have an accent. I don't know if I have an accent. I can't. I don't know. So you can write. Please write me in the comment. What do you think? What do you think about my accent, or if I'm speaking too sluggish or something like that? Then please write it down. I'm really interested in that. And also, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And yeah, I really have to say thank you to everyone. It was really good to see the first video just blows like that. The problem is, I think I can't make any videos when the winter is here in Germany. Yeah. Another question was from another video. Another question I'd become is if I could make a video about the display on the Fireblade, so explain everything and stuff like that. You can write it also down in the comments if that would interest you, because if some of you maybe don't understand the cockpit or something like that, or want to know how it looks like, then write it down in the comments, and I look if I can do the video about it, because a display video is not that hard, because even if the weather is bad, I just stand in my garage and filming it a bit. Yeah. I just love it. Yeah, that was the baddest streets. This was the baddest street in Germany. I don't know if you recognize it from the last video. Yeah, but I really have to say thank you, and that all the resonance from you guys, it really motivates me to make more videos. The problem is I have to study at the moment. In about 1 or 2 weeks my exams are, and yeah, at the moment I have to study for them, but maybe when the weather is good and something like that, can make the video when I drive to the university. And yeah, I don't know what to say. If you have any comments or questions, or I don't know, about the Fireblade, about me, I don't know, feel free to ask. The important thing is I'm really interested on how the English or American people think. How am I speaking? Because, you know, I am a German, and I don't know if my English, about my speaking, how am I speaking? And yeah, please tell me that. And yeah, I have to fuel up right now, and I would say thank you for watching and see you next time. Peace.